So I'm going to real quick go over the features of the updated realistic animal mod with you guys. So we're in here, let's jump into the menu. So right off the bat, you can see we have several more options than we had previously. We had this option, which is obviously buying animals from the store. We can scroll through here, select the animals we want, have all kinds of information, the usual stuff. Now, I do want you to notice on the far right side over there, it does say disease status. So diseases have been added to the animals. I don't know. I haven't seen an animal with a disease yet, but we're going to get into that. Then we have our regular second menu, which is just everything that is in your pen. So these are all the animals that I own and are in our pen. Once again, no diseases here, but it is important to keep an eye out for that. Third menu is the information, which is very cool. We can do a couple different things. So first thing that I love that Realistic Livestock really needed was you can mark animals. So I've marked an animal. I'll mark this one too. Come down here, use C to mark. So now if I want to load into a trailer, because on this page, I may not have all the information on it, but I come in here and I'm like, okay, I see all the information now. I want to sell this animal, or I want to, move it to a different pen, or however I want to do it. I can come back out and I have these animals, and now I can select them out here in the general menu. So marking is the first feature. Very, very cool and much needed. If you guys have played with the Realistic Livestock mod at all, you'll know that when you get to, 100 animals, sorting animals is a huge part of the job, which is the idea behind the mod and what makes it so enjoyable. But when you're over here trying to remember, I want land, I want the sheep that ends in 005, and you're coming back over here and you're scrolling down trying to find it, it tends to be a bit cumbersome. So the marking feature is really, really good. The next one right next to it, artificial insemination. So you can now buy straw kits, which we're going to get to in a second, and you can artificially inseminate an animal. So here, you'd come in here and you'd have the animal and you could choose to inseminate artificially. So you don't have to own the male animal. That's the really cool part. If you want to bring genetics into your sheep flock or your cow herd, you come down to the next new menu. This is the artificial insemination menu, and it has all of the male animals that you're able to buy essentially insemination kits from. They're called straws. You come in here, and here we go. We have our sheep, extremely good. You can see extremely high, extremely high, extremely high, very high. Average success rate is 74%. I can buy one straw for $29.19, two for $58.38, three for $87.57, so on and so forth. I buy the straws, and then I can use them to inseminate the sheep over here. So I would find an animal that was ready to go. I think all of ours are basically, they're all with babies now or too young. Mr. Ramington is still here. Love that he's still here. But you would be able to come in and do that. So maybe what we'll do real quick here, can we find, is there a black mountain female that is very high quality? This one is really, really good. Extremely high and very high across the board. All right, no disease or anything else. So let's buy this black Welsh mountain female sheep. We're going to buy it. We're going to pay the whole fee. It's all right for the delivery. All right, and then we're going to come in here, and we're going to come over to the sheep, and we're going to find a suitable male. We have extremely good. His rating is 4 extremely high and a very high. Bud is the same. See if anyone else has anything better than 4 extremely high. So Oscar, we're gonna buy, let's buy tent and straws. $249, not a ton of money. We're gonna buy those now. We can pick those up at the store. So we come back over here, and I should have a new black Welsh mountain female that is not pregnant. So yep, she's 12 months. And artificial insemination. Now I have the straw samples from Oscar. I have 10 of them, a 72% chance of success. that the mix is extremely high metabolism, very high meat quality, extremely high health, extremely high fertility, extremely high productivity. So I can then inseminate this animal, boom, and you notice my straws go down to 9. So I used one of my 10 straws to do this. Now, I've seen some mixed reviews. We can go review the straws at the store, and you're supposed to be able to, you can physically pick up the container. You're supposed to be able to carry them like a hand tool, like a chainsaw or a flashlight. You can put several on your character, and then you can actually go into the pen, and you're supposed to be able to essentially like manually select the animal as though you're going into the pen to do it, and perform the manual insemination then in the pen as well. So tons and tons of added details here. Heading down to the next menu, this is your messages menu, which is an incredible add-on feature for the realistic livestock mod. This tells you everything that happens. Animals get pregnant, animals die, animals give birth. We bought an animal. So here we are. There's an importance level here, green. Type of activity was movement, meaning we bought a sheep and it moved in. The date it was bought, the animal, it doesn't have the details. One animal was bought for $429.05, so that tells us exactly how much we've put into that animal. And then we get to the last menu, which is the Herdsman menu, where basically you can automate any or all parts of the realistic husbandry playthrough. So if you enable this feature, then you come down and you have a budget type. You can put a number of dollars to spend, percentage, that kind of stuff. And basically you have an employee that comes in and will buy animals, the max number of animals they can buy, what breeds they can buy, if you want them to only buy one kind or any, no diseases, any kind of animal, male, female. You have your age sliders, your extremely bad to highest rating for health, for fertility, for productivity, metabolism, and then your overall rating there for buying. Selling, the same thing comes in here. I'm gonna make sure to turn this off actually before I forget. Same thing, you can enable them to sell the animals, how many they can sell each month, where they mark them, if they have diseases, how old you want them to be. So this is where people are coming in and experimenting with, you know, like cattle that are 18 months old and selling them there, or 36 months old. You can set all those parameters and sell them. If you want to sell the bad animals out of your herd as they age up, you can do that, all kinds of things. You can set automatic castration, which was a feature we got in a previous update. So all of your males will get castrated. You can also pick which animals are castrated. So if you want to have mixed pens now, and you want to raise, say, a male animal for its meat or for its value, but you don't want it breeding with any of your high quality females, you can castrate it in this menu. You can set it up. They'll be automatically castrated. You can then raise them to the age and value you like and get them sold. The AI can actually name the animals. It can be random. It can be alphabetical. There's another thing. And the herdsman can do the artificial insemination as well. So you can buy the straws and have them make sure the animals get pregnant. So an incredible update to the realistic livestock mod. I'm going to come over here. I got a bunch of updates for our chickens as well. So let's go over here and see. All right, so we come down to our message menu, and I got 5 messages overnight, 5 chickens. We had pregnancy announcements. I don't know why they're yellow versus green. I think it's some sort of importance thing. But this morning, you know, or overnight, I guess, so that'd be March 1st. So it would be this morning. These 5 animals gave birth to 5 babies, gave birth to 5, 5, 5, 5. So you can keep track of everything in here. And then you have the same, you can actually buy straws for roosters. You come in here, you can mark your animals again, and then you have your buy and your sell and your transfer menus. So just an incredible update to the realistic livestock mod by Arrow. It is, as far as I'm aware, it is not released. Well, I should say, I know it's not released on Modhub as of the time of recording. You're going to have to go to Arrow's GitHub page if you want to download this. The last piece of this would be when you load in, it's not like loading in a vehicle mod where it's just there, it's in the shop, it's ready to go. You're going to need to give this a little bit of time. It took me, I think, I think I had to sleep to get everything to kick in. So load it in, you know, get your game save loaded up, have the updated realistic livestock mod from Arrow's GitHub in your mods, and then get in, fast forward time, check every couple hours, maybe sleep. But it is not an instant change because it has to sort of cycle through all the animals and find them. But just an incredible update to realistic livestock by Arrow. So hope you guys enjoy the mod and enjoy all the new features because it is just incredible.